You saw the title. You know exactly what the video is, and I'm wasting zero time. Top 100 songs starting at number 100. It's It Makes the Babies Want to Cry by George Clanton. Great song, great track. Definitely my favorite by George Clanton. I found it just by chance. I walked out of class at University of Florida, like a rainy day, and then those first synth big spacey chords hit, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it's at the bottom of this list, which makes it seem like it's like it's just okay. But I mean, this is out of like 10,000 songs from my Spotify like songs, so it's a well-deserved spot, and it's still admirable, even if it's technically last place here. Next song, Show Me How by Men I Trust.
Show me how you're proud.
It feels a little corny picking their biggest song as my favorite one from them to represent them on this list, but it really is that legendary and iconic. You got the smooth bass line, beautiful dreamy chords, and Emma's voice is undeniable. I actually heard it live and I got her to sign a record, which was pretty cool. Super great memories attached with that song and that artist. Coming at 99, which I know is still like the bottom of the list, but it's a beautiful song. Next, Free Fall by Kaytranada. So groovy. One of the calmer tracks by Kaytranada, I would say, but that like vocal chorus harmony going on and the subtle but still classic Kaytranada powerful danceable bass there is just so good. I worked at a Tijuana Flats and I would just close down the kitchen to that album and especially that song for so many nights, and I go drive around the city with friends. So great memories with that. Next is Monolith, Twin Tribes.
The light will cast me aside.
That song kicks ass. It's so good. I love the delivery of every single line. The light will cast me aside. It's so good. Next, Fogo do Sol, Marcos Valle. I hope I'm saying a lot of those words right. I believe it's Portuguese. It's a Brazilian boogie artist. It's a really danceable, upbeat album, but this is my favorite song on it.
Fogo do sol, água do mar, luz do luar, eu sou assim.
Beautiful track. I translated lyrics because you can probably tell by my complexion, I don't really know that much Portuguese. It's about the sun, the moon, the water, being with someone you love. It's really simple lyrics, but really beautiful, really poetic. That's one of those non-skippers. I don't care what I'm doing, even if it comes on like at the gym on shuffle, which is unlikely because I have playlists, but if it does, I'd probably work out to it. I can't skip that song. I love that song. Next up is Decay by Home. Even though it just sounds like some retro, kind of like 16-bit nostalgia bait, that song carries so much emotion. And it's the same person who did Resonance, which is a pretty popular song all over like social media, Reels, TikTok. I used to listen to that song like sophomore year of high school after getting my heart broken when things wouldn't work out with a girl. Head down on the desk, and that song was really there for me, I guess. But I remember hearing it, and if anybody remembers Simpsons Wave, and it's this really dramatic but kind of well done video of like Simpsons clips, and Homer's like going through it with Marge, I guess, and that song is playing, and it hits. Next up, Find the Time, Amherst. That is a definitive summer banger for me. As soon as the weather starts warming up, I instantly switch on that song. It sounds like a hot day by a pool or by a beach. I really love that song. Maybe that deserves a higher spot. I don't know. The rankings already said it is what it is. Next song, Nothing But Pleasure by Tom Rollins.
Again. 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 Again.
Holy energy banger. That song's from GTA 5. It did bring me back to being in like some crazy ass races on some floating loop in the sky and some crazy neon green supercar. That song kicks ass. It's like 8 minutes and it honestly does the same thing the whole song with some little breaks and interludes. Next, Come Up and Get Me, Death Grips.
It's all good bet. What's that? Footsteps on the stairs. Never could rest. They're always there. Who are they? I don't care. I just know they're trying to ask me. Give a fuck. Come up and get me.
Come Up and Get Me is a power turbo banger anthem. Especially the part I picked out with those lyrics is the part that always gets me fired up no matter what I'm doing. Come up and get me! Next up is Wasting by The Soft Moon. I found that song in a more emotional point of my life. Pretty much the same day every day was wake up, eat something, go to the gym, come home, play video games, maybe see friends. It was getting pretty samey and usual younger man dealing with what am I going to do in the world and why does no woman want to talk to me, all that. That song was very comforting and how dark and angsty it was, and even now I still think it's such a good song. I'm in a lot happier times now and I still love every time that song comes on shuffle. Next is Goriella by Goriella. Yeah. Super hype track. I don't even have anything to say about it musically. It's just energy, primo, supreme, Bangertron 3000. Next, Love Tonight by, I believe, Shouse? I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's go.
I'll be there. You will never be alone. All I need is your love tonight.
Beautiful house track. Very unique house track. I feel like you don't get that like unfiltered like choral singing. Like it's almost ominous in a way. Like it's a really uplifting track. It's really beautiful. Like, I need your love tonight. But maybe it's like those background kind of like chords. It's a really unique house track. Speaking of house, we have Defunk. Not Defunk by Daft Punk, but Defunk by Mochek. And I'm specifically having the dub version here. I've heard the other one. I like the dub better. I think it's cooler. Let's go. One of the best house tracks ever made. It's so smooth and has such an aura about it, especially when you have it on a good speaker system at some kind of house party. Love that song. And I also love Ito by the Avalanches. It might sound like a lot of just crazy ass sounds all happening at once if you haven't heard the Avalanches before. But if you give that whole album a listen, Since I Left You, which was entirely made from what I understand by just sampling other past records, and they just put all these crazy sounds together, it made, in my opinion, really beautiful, lovely music. It's another one like Find the Time, where it's something I always put on when the weather gets warmer. To me, it sounds like cruising down this lazy river where people are playing music on either side of it. Next up is Ayunha by Hamid Al-Shari. Really like this song. I found this song in the most ridiculous of places. It was in a Super Smash Bros. Montage. As soon as I found it, it's been in rotation heavily, especially like if the weather's nice out, like nice pink orange skies. I feel like this song is perfect for it. Next, Starlight by the Superman Lovers.
Starlight, can you give me the fame? Can you tell me the game? Oh, Starlight, Starlight, can you give me the fame? Can you tell
Moonlight stands out. I feel like this song should have got like the music sounds better with you lady treatment. Like this should come on in a club and be like a niche banger that like at least half the dance floor knows and everyone starts going crazy too. I think it's so groovy. I love the main vocal. I love the little background female vocals that are like in between lyrics, if you know what I'm talking about. Next up is Lumina by Exodia. Whew, that song is insane. Oh my gosh. That always gets me going. Everything by Exodia is nuts, but that song especially starts out like pretty fast paced and like, you know, like boom, boom, boom. But then it gets into that part you just heard. That goes absolutely mental. Next is Angel on My Shoulder by Cascade. Progressive house. That's definitely Cascade's best track for me. Next up is Kingdom Hearts Key. It's JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown and Red Veil, but it's JPEG Mafia, Danny Brown's collab album they did a few years ago.
Just one time, big stick. All that money get flushed in a blink. Try to dribble, go give me a ring. You got money, you don't gotta think. I was chilling one time, this bang. Left the app, now I get what you things. Feel like
That's one of the most unique hip-hop beats I've ever heard, or I think people call it cloud rap as well, especially this niche genre. But one of the most unique beats I've heard, and then the way JPEG Mafia raps on it and Danny Brown comes in later, it's just addicting. Next up, Un Simple Historia. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's by Thievery Corporation. Lounge, down-tempo music, probably at its best. I listened to that a ton senior year of college, studying, walking around campus, driving. It made me feel like a smooth, refined gentleman. Next is Pantera by Cartel. Great song, super good vibes, and I feel like when I put it on the car for people, they also find themselves kind of moving along. Next, you're going to see a lot of this artist later in this list. A lot of this artist. This might be the most featured an artist is in my top 100, but it's Hearts/Wires by Deftones.
No vision or dreams about you came true for me.
This song is actually off of what many consider to be their worst album or their most unpopular. I can kind of see where that comes from. Not as clearly mixed of an album. It's a lot of like blended together guitars and singing and other sounds. But this song, cool. It's very cool. And there will be more Deftones to come. But for now, let's journey into some absolute despair with Blood Hail by Have a Nice Life. Having a great day today and a lot of good days recently, and the weather's really nice and the sun is shining, but that song makes you want to go curl up in a dark cave. But it's another one that, like, if it comes up in shuffle, I'm not skipping it, even though it might kind of ruin my day a little bit. And then the guitar comes in. I love almost how like evil, how menacing that song is. Speaking of great songs, After Image by Justice. Definitely my favorite song on Hyperdrama. Hearing it live, and especially in this crazy ass like hard style remix they had of it, like cemented it as one of my favorite Justice songs of all time. It's just so confident and smooth. I love everything going on with it. I'm always down to replay it after it finishes. And next we have God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without
parents would play a lot of Beach Boys in the car. They had a CD. I remember being a little dude getting driven around, and this is the song that as I've gotten older, I've grown closer to. As you meet someone in your life like I have, you start to get it a little more. And I'm sure I'll continue to get it more as more life happens to me. Next, the first Deadmau5 song in the list, but certainly not the last. It is HR8938 Sephi. I think that's how you pronounce the name of that star, which is what the song's named after. Here we go. That song is 10 minutes long, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it has these epic different multi-phase acts. It's pretty much the same thing for 10 minutes, but it's so good. It's named after a star, and it really has that like traveling through space vibe about it. I used to, especially with Deadmau5 songs, when I was first getting into music, I would put on songs of his, and I'd put on like some random YouTube video of like what I thought fit the theme. Like for example, this song I would put on just playing in full, and then I would have like full screen YouTube video of traveling through space, and I would just listen to it, and like it would kind of transport me to a fictional spaceship hurtling through space. Next, This Corrosion by Sisters of Mercy. My dad is pretty into Sisters of Mercy from what I understand. He's got the CD and his whole CD collection. I don't remember hearing a ton of it when I was little, and like he'd play stuff in the car. I actually stumbled across a Watch Mojo top 80 songs, and this song got a shout out, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that before. And then I started listening to it more, and this whole album, and it's really good stuff. Especially this song, the chorus is so catchy and sticks in your head for weeks. Like I'll just find myself whistling like the hey now, no. Next up, Esifirkas. It's just the word sacrifice backwards by Sewer Slut.
Over and 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 over.
Okay, Clay, I get the point.
No,
It's such a hard-hitting song, but has this like ambient flow that Sewer Slut has a lot in a lot of their songs, and it definitely one of the best uses of it here in this song. Next is Forever Dolphin Love by Conan Moccasin, but specifically the Errol Alkin remix. Definitely a weird one. I wasn't even sure if I liked it when I first heard it. Like, I don't really listen to it when I'm in a good mood, but it's not really a bad mood either. It's more just, you're just having a day, and this song kind of fits that vibe where it gets you thinking and kind of puts you in a unique state. And every time the song ends, I kind of have more on my mind than I did before it started. But I really love music like that, so this song definitely had a spot on the list. And now, total absolute vibe switch. It's Jesus Built My Hot Rod by Ministry, specifically the Red Line, White Line version.
There's no use trying to talk. No human sound can stand up to this. Loud enough to knock you down. Burn out.
Let's hit the fucking road.
All right, that one is one my dad absolutely put me on. I remember hearing that, being driven to a Little League football game. And I don't think I really understood the magnitude of what I was hearing at the time. I was like, this is a pretty unique like metal track. But then I rediscovered it later. I think it just popped into my head when I was thinking about playing football or something. But I think on my way to the gym, and I was like, oh yeah, that song. And I put it on, and holy shit. And it's got this crazy little like intro skit talking about like drag race. The whole song's about drag racing, I guess. Jesus Built My Hot Rod. It gets you fired up the way the dude is like having a little monologue about having a sick car and just wanting to go fast and being born to get away from wherever he's at and just keep moving. It's really cool how much happens in this song. Next, Oral Synapse, another Deadmau5 track. There will be more. This is one of them. There's not too much to say about this track. It's just textbook Deadmau5 with sick, unique melodies. Textbook progressive house. It just sounds so good. And it's got this cool, almost like siren sound. I don't know, when I hear this song, I'm like in a dark room, and then there's like this light show going on around me. It's just kind of what I envision every time. Next, Fellow Feeling, Porter Robinson. I almost feel like I'm spoiling a really good show by playing that part of the song, because you kind of have to experience all the song to get there. It's this really cool audio song story of like from what I understand, it's like the corruption of electronic music, or maybe just music in general. I don't know exactly what he's getting at. It's like the beauty of music and then like the dark, evil, dog shit side of music. I like both personally. I think most people do. But then it like joins those together into like that moment you just heard of like how music can be hard but beautiful. It's brought me to, I don't want to say tears, but definitely got me a little choked up before listening to it. It's just so much like raw beauty in a song. It's really well done. That whole album is very nostalgic for me too, of early high school. Next is High Tide by Brother Tagger. Brother Tagger. That song has these really cool lyrics about, like, the song is called High Tide, like the water's rising and you're trying not to drown. It's just got like a really we will overcome vibe about it. It definitely, like, in some low moments I'd put that song on and feel like I can stay above the water, I can keep floating. Definitely put it on if you're feeling like you need some motivation and not just some dude yelling in your ear, but like some really powerful, thoughtful stuff. Next at here at 6-7 it's Kerosene by Yves Tumor.
Just tell me what you mean.
This song is flashy. This whole album is flashy. Listen to the whole album. There's a lot of really good stuff on it. Kerosene is the standout, definitely, with those female vocals. I don't know who she is. She's kind of like an unnamed feature. The way they go back and forth on it is so good. It's a really sexy song, I would say. It's very good. Ooh, next up at 66, it's True by the Spandau Ballet.
I know this much is true.
It's my #1 gun to my head, sing to save my life karaoke song. So I feel like it deserves a mention. I do really like the song. I mean, it's great, and I know it's pretty classic, so it's not like I'm onto some niche stuff or anything. I love singing it. I love how theatrical it is with the and there's like an instrumental break, and he really starts belting out at the end. Next is B.O.B. Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. At some point in my life, I will probably get a speeding ticket because of that song. Definitely my favorite Outkast song. Next is Hailing by FC Kahuna.
Don't think about all those things you feel. Just be glad to be here.
It's another one of those songs where it's kind of hard to define what works about it so well for me, but I found it a long time ago when I first started really listening to music as, I guess, like an interest or a hobby, and not just as something to put on in the background. And the lyrics of that song that you just heard, don't think about all those things you fear, just be glad to be here, was really soothing for me in a time when I was pretty self-conscious with my looks and if people really liked hanging out with me. Just the usual middle school, young teenager stuff that gets on people's minds, but that and the kind of spacey synths and the nice driving boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's just a cool song, and it found me at a good time. So I have kind of an attachment to it. Next is Paracosm by Washed Out.
You say it's all
actually looked up the definition out of curiosity a long time ago. Paracosm is like a persistent fictional world someone makes in their head, and oftentimes it can be like an escape from the real world. And the song lyrics really fit into that. It's like a place where you and someone else can be safe from whatever's going on in your life. Next is Me and Your Mama, Childish Gambino. It always just kind of leaves me dumbfounded what he did on that song and really that whole album. Next is Dunya. This crazy ass song by She Passed Away, but the Boy Harsher remix specifically. I heard this song actually for the first time at The Castle. It's a goth nightclub in Tampa, Florida. I was just Shazamming like all night, and that was definitely the highlight track for me. Next is by far the longest track in my top 100. It's Planisphere by Justice. That is just a small snippet of the entire 17-minute track that Planisphere is. The whole thing is this pretty epic adventure, and it's got a lot of ebbs and flows and rising action and falling action. It has this crazy guitar solo towards the end. I'm not always down for a 17-minute track. I don't think anybody is, but when I am, it's a sick adventure. Great song. Next is Next to Me by DJ Sabrina, the Teenage DJ. Best way I can describe that song is I'm in a public library and more people keep coming in and either dancing or playing some instrument or something. It's a cool song and it keeps building up over like 7 minutes, and then finally a kick drum comes in and it kind of catches you by surprise how much of a good time you're having. Next is Warm Healer by Everything Everything. Warm Healer, I really love the kind of stuttery like tempo of that song, and the bass line is great, and then the falsetto vocals are kind of off-putting at first, but really pleasant once you get into it. It's a good song. Next, 2 Months Off by Underworld. Definitely one of their brightest and most positive songs, and it's probably my favorite by them. It puts you in a good mood, and it's like just this constant, he just keeps saying, you bring light and you bring light. It feels like an ode to someone or something that really enhances the lead singer's life. Next is Want You by Hot 22. Like that, like kind of piano melody, and then I want you. It's so simple, but it's so good. I really like the whole album too. It's like this long, it's almost like this continuous DJ set by this artist with some other features on there. But that's the best song. Always puts me in a good mood, and I will be playing it a lot this summer. Next, Satisfaction, Benny Benassi. Very iconic, famous song. Everybody knows it. But the way that saw synth comes in at that part I just played, like that'll never get old for me. Next, Rose Quartz, Toro y Moi.
I feel
Airports is always a good song to come to. I love how it builds up for like a good 2 minutes and then finally lets you start bobbing your head and grooving. Next, Hyori Itai, is I believe how you'd say that as a white American man. It is by Yuzu. It's actually two of the ending song. It's the same song, but they take different parts of it. Of Hunter. It's there's so much like emotion, especially once you watch the show. I really don't want to attach some of these songs too much to like media that they come with, because then that kind of feels like cheating, like getting a leg up. But especially once you watch the show, like you grow a bond to those characters, and the song's got so much emotion and extra like weight to it. But it's also like it's got so much energy. Like when it comes on the car, I'm like, it's so good. Next is Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites by Skrillex.
Yes! Oh my god!
My mind was ripped in half when I first heard that in like 5th or 6th grade. Believe it or not, my dad is the one that showed me. He put it on. I swear we were like cleaning the house or something. I was like scrubbing a toilet or sweeping the floor, and I was like, what the hell is this? I never heard anything like this in my life. Yes, oh my god. Next, actually my top song of this past year that I listened to the most, Fe en Rebellion. Sure, that's how you say it. By Yago, who I really am enjoying. I really enjoy Yago.
You say that don't make sense.
I feel like as a kid, like you kind of had this concept of what clubs would look and sound like, and you never really got that. But Yago, like, harnessed that into music. It's so like nostalgic without sounding too much like stuff you've listened to before, and it's always got this like beautiful, ethereal, liminal vibe about it. And it's definitely my favorite one from him so far. I feel like there'll be more favorites from Yago. Next is Around the World / Harder, Better, Faster by Daft Punk. From Alive 2007. You almost don't even realize what you're listening to until you like look at the name and like, oh my god, like this is like two of their biggest tracks ever, and it's blended seamlessly. Next is Cherish the Day by Sade.
Cherish the day, I won't go astray, I won't be afraid, won't catch me running, oh. Cherish the
That bass in the background that comes in sounds like you're in like a water ride, like in this little lagoon. You're like kind of cruising, and you're getting serenaded. One of their best. Next is Shangri-La by Denki Groove. I had to mute this song because of Japan copyright laws, but it's fucking fire. You should go check it out on Spotify or something. Fuck you, Japan, for muting my shit. That's fucked up. Fun, dreamy banger from a group I haven't heard a lot from. I only know them because they made the song Man Human, which is the ending to Devilman Crybaby. I just wanted to see more of what I was like curious, like what else has this group done? And I found Shangri-La, and I've listened to it so many times. Fun song. Speaking of fun songs, Standing on the Shore by Empire of the Sun. That album by Empire of the Sun has so many iconic classic bangers, like We Are the People, Half Mast, Walking on a Dream, but that song is easily my favorite on there. I love the na 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 na. And I don't know, it just makes you want to smile. It's such a fun song, and it's so beachy. Great track. I'm seeing Empire of the Sun live later this year. Really hyped for that. It's gonna be sick. Next is Devil in a New Dress, Kanye West and Rick Ross.
I'm making love to the angel of death. Catching feelings, never stumble, retracing my steps.
I was hesitant to put some Kanye on here. I don't listen to him much anymore for pretty obvious reasons. I would be a fool to omit this song, or at least something from this album on this list. I mean, it's just amazing music, however you want to look at it. And I especially love Rick Ross's verse towards the end. It's so iconic, and that instrumental with that sample is amazing. Next, another Deftones song. Surprise, surprise! It's "What Happened to You." Play the intro of that song like kind of a cornball because it doesn't even sound like a Deftones song, but that's kind of what I love about that song. It gets into like all the guitars and Chino singing as usual, but that like strange percussion that it starts with and keeps going with really made me keep coming back to that song. And I listened to it more, and it's got a really beautiful like content with the lyrics about like what I assume to be like a friend or lover or anyone close to you that's passed on, and then they're up in the sky and the night sky belongs to them. It's really beautiful. It's a gorgeous song. It closes out that album, which is my favorite Deftones album. There's more songs from it, but yeah, it's a really great closing track. Next is Army of Me by Bjork.
And if you complain once more, you meet time, I'm your me.
I had heard a little bit of Bjork, and my dad had kind of introduced me to a little bit of her stuff, but I hadn't really heard much of that album at all from my memory. And then I just switched it on one day. I was like, you know what, let's see what's doing with Bjork. And I did not expect this like hard, industrial, angry sound. And the whole album isn't like that, but I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. I was pretty surprised. I love how angry she sounds, but still a beautiful singing voice. I kind of wish some more songs ended up on this list from this album, but Is So Bell, or possibly maybe on this album, just to shout a couple more out. Definitely into Bjork. I should listen to more Bjork. I should. But favorite song from her. And another kind of throwback track, number 43, Breathe by The Prodigy. Definitely another one my dad introduced me to that I would grow to appreciate more as I got older. This whole album is nuts, and there wasn't really anything else like it at the time, and you could definitely see like who would influence going forward. Super aggressive British vocals here, as a lot of their tracks have, and that crazy ass like whipping, I don't know what to call that sound. Prodigy is A+. Next is Pandora by Cocteau Twins. Cocteau Twins pretty much make nothing but gorgeous music, but this is by far one of the most gorgeous. It's so relaxing and ethereal, and Elizabeth Fraser's voice sounds especially mystical on this. Heavenly. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, and there will be more Cocteau Twins to come on this list. Next is Slumlord by Neon Indian. This song is definitely the crown jewel of this album, Night School by Neon Indian. Especially if you group in Slumlord Release. It's the song that comes right after this one. It's kind of like a joint package, and it's like an extra dance break. But it's so danceable, but also has this like cool, gripping story that I can't even really make out totally, of this slumlord character dominating this nocturnal city. But great song, great album. Next is the George Clanton remix of Hey Big Eyes by Caroline Polachek. This is another one of those songs where maybe in the snippet it kind of just sounds like noise, but once you listen to the song and like fully immerse yourself in it, it's really dreamy and beautiful. And I've heard a decent amount of Caroline Polachek on other songs. Really strong, unique voice. And then George Clanton does his usual vaporwave touch on this to make it like you just feel like you're floating. It's definitely stuck with me. Really great track. And next, what do you know? More Deftones. Digital Bath. I used to work out super late at night after I get off work. It'd be like 2 a.m. and nobody's in the gym, and I'll be blasting that song on loop. Feel like more tonight. And apparently the song's about electrocuting a woman in a bathtub to death. I'm not really sure what sparked those lyrics, but it's a great song. Makes you feel powerful, makes you feel important, and that was really helpful for me at that time. Great Deftones song. There is more Deftones still to come. Next is, I believe you would say, X-Tall by Aphex Twin. For as many weird, off-putting tracks as Aphex Twin has put out, there's some beautiful ones too, and this is definitely one of them. X-Tall is beautiful. And I've seen the video that it kind of unpacks the sample. It's like this, the vocal sample, which sounds like this beautiful, like, la, 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 like it's actually this, it comes from like a horror like sound pack, and it's supposed to be like this creepy girl singing, but he messed around with the key of it and like made it this beautiful little vocal sample for what's already like this really like glacial, ethereal track, and it works really well. Next is Breathe Deeper, Tame Impala. Love the drums in that song. Some of my favorite drums Tame Impala's done, and I've heard in any song really. I played that album so much, and that song definitely emerged as a favorite, even like throughout the pandemic, because that kind of led into that. The song put me in a better mood in some pretty lonely, isolated days, so a lot of love for that track. Next is Destroy Resurrect. So it's by Agony OST and Symphony. I think that's all the same person, because that's also Sewer Slut, but I don't know, I could be wrong about that. Here we go. That song kicks so much ass. When I first found that in that album, I must have listened to that song on loop at least like 15, 20 times. It's got such a unique vocal sample thing going on with the destroy, resurrect, destroy. Next is Blast Off. It's Gesaffelstein, but featuring Pharrell Williams.
When I'm looking in your face, you give me faith.
That is some Gesaffelstein exclusive stuff right there. And then you get the GOAT Pharrell Williams on it, who this might be my favorite thing he's been on, even though he's got some really like iconic, legendary tracks. I love his singing, his delivery, and his confidence on this song over these like crazy like tribal beats and these like rising synths. This is another one that I discovered and was just replaying like a bot. Next is Under Your Spell by Desire. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I only know that song because of Drive, which is one of my favorite movies, because Ryan Gosling is literally me. I know, just like everybody else. I like a lot of the songs from that soundtrack, but Under Your Spell is one that kind of has managed to exist on its own outside of Drive, because it's got so much like authentic love and passion in it, and it's almost like, I don't know, basic lyrics of like, I don't eat, I don't sleep, I do nothing but think of you. But the way she like delivers it, the way the synths give you like that feeling in your stomach, it really does feel like first love falling for someone anthem. Next is Circles by Meat Beat Manifesto. My dad put me on to Meat Beat Manifesto, which sounds like a questionable sentence. I actually only really decided to take him up on checking out the artist. I thought Meat Beat sounded funny. It's some really inventive stuff. From what I understand, it's just one dude, and he like made these really cinematic songs, and I love his vocals on it. It just reminds me of a lot of stuff my dad would play in general. So I don't know. It's like it feels nostalgic. It is nostalgic because I've known the song for over a decade at this point. Kind of hits in a nice place. Next is "How to Disappear Completely" by Radiohead.
I'm not here. This isn't happening.
I don't think there is a video for this song. If there is, I haven't seen it, but this is one you listen to and like you picture everything he's singing about in your head, and then you kind of have your own abstract little visualizations. And it was definitely a good song to listen to, and like I was alluding to earlier, that whole, where do I belong? Do these people like me? Kind of angsty teenager thoughts. Obviously Tom York I don't think he was a teenager when he wrote this. Like, it's coming from a pretty real place. It's a really comforting song and a really haunting song. And I think it's some of his best vocals and some of their best work in general, Radiohead. Next is "Escape from Midwich Valley" by Carpenter Brute. That insane evil drop you heard happens like 5 minutes into the song and opens the album that song is off of. Even every time I hear it now, like it puts me in like fight or flight for like a microsecond. It's so intense, but it hits so hard. That song is sick. It's sick. Next is "Everything Is Embarrassing" by Sky Ferreira.
Maybe if you let me be your lover, maybe if you tried, then I would not bother. Tell me that basically you're not looking out for me.
I also didn't think MySpace Tumblr Queen song would pop up in the top third of my top 100 songs, but it is that good, and the chorus is that catchy and memorable. Ever since I stumbled upon this song, I think around this time last year, I've been obsessed. It's a really, really good song. Next is 976 Evil by, you guessed it, Deftones again. Can you take me on your hands? Oh my gosh. I actually looked at my Spotify stats. I know it's only 29. This is my most played song on Spotify. That doesn't automatically give it number one for me, I mean, you like songs for different reasons. But, oh my gosh, this song is so good. My best memory with it is being with the boys on a boat. And we were just kind of zooming through the water, passing an island. And I was like, let me cue a song. And I put it on. And I wouldn't associate Deftones with like boating. I don't know. It worked so well. And I've just listened to this song so many times. I think it's some of Chino's best singing and some of their best lyrics. Next is "Help Me Lose My Mind" by Disclosure. I think I've heard everything Disclosure's made. I was super into them early high school and have still listened to everything they've put out. "Help Me Lose My Mind" is by far the best song they've ever made. Maybe will ever make. Vocals on it are so gorgeous, and I love how they're layered. Boom, 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 boom. And the kind of slower pace for a Disclosure song works so well. And it can you can listen to it when you're like in kind of a sad mood. You can dance to it. I could totally see it closing out like a DJ set. It's so good. Next is "I Never Dream" by Against All Logic. I don't think the snippet really does it full justice. I think it's worth giving a full listen to understand how like euphoric, hypnotic that song can be. Feels like a ray of sunshine is hitting my face. I don't know. It's a really beautiful song. Speaking of beautiful songs, "Touch," Daft Punk.
If love is the answer, you're home. Hold on. If love is the answer, you're...
I have cried to this song, and I probably will do it again later in my life. It's so gorgeous, and it was I think I've heard this story from a lot of people where it's kind of a dud on the album the first time you listen to it, because it kind of takes you out of that like dancey, groovy, usual Daft Punk channel. Once you really unpack the story that's there, it's such a gorgeous song. Next up is Strawberry Skies by Games. Really cool song. I think I found it like at 3 a.m. while playing Risk of Rain, and then I was just looping it for hours, like I've said for a few songs in this list now. The crazy amounts of reverb on those vocals like makes it so hypnotic, dreamy. There's really no other songs like it, and it's got this like really retro kind of like 80s sound pack going on with like the drums and the synth. And the song's called Strawberry Skies, and you even get that like resolution of those lyrics until the chorus hits like towards the end of the song, and she's like singing about wanting to meet up with this woman late at night. It's a cool song. It's fun. Next is After Dark by Mr. Kitty. I kind of resent that this is TikTok music. I'm not even gonna act like I didn't find it off TikTok. I did. This song became more important to me as I spent so many nights getting off work at like midnight, and I didn't have a car yet, so I was biking back to my apartment, and nobody was out on the streets, and it was just me and the moon and my bike, and I would have this song looping through my bike rides. And it's such an addicting chorus. I mean, there's a reason this song blew up the way it did. So I mean, you want to keep coming back to it. It's so good. And I've listened to that whole album, and there's a lot of really good songs in there by Mr. Kitty. So definitely worth checking out if you like that song. I just hate that it's like the soundtrack of those like top 10 places to take a nap, like slop videos on TikTok. But whatever, it's a great song. Next up is There Might Be Coffee by Deadmau5. Believe it or not, I have got a little choked up to this song before. There's no words. It's just classic Deadmau5 progressive house. There's something about that, like, that synth is going for it, man. And there's this really cool breakdown in the middle of the song. And I always imagine going through, like you're driving on, like, some mountainous highway, and then you go in this tunnel, and then you come back out, and it goes... It's a really great song. It's, like, I think the third or fourth Deadmau5 song we've seen in here, but... worthy spot up in the top 30. Next up is Judgment Bolt by Death's Dynamic Shroud. Holy power trip. This song makes me feel like I'm a god, like hurling lightning bolts to the ground as the beat's going psh. That song, I mean, even like the title, Judgment Bolt, like fits. It just sounds like what the song is. Like I love hearing it in the gym. I love walking to it. I feel like I walk more confident to it. Sick fucking track. I've been trying not to curse for some reason, but this song deserves an F-bomb. Next up is No Ordinary Love, another Sade track.
You and I, baby, this is no ordinary love, no ordinary love.
I honestly love this song for all the same reasons I love Cherish Today, like I was talking about earlier. Bass line, vocals. I don't have much more to say about it. I think I just love that it's even longer than Cherish Today. I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes, and it just takes you on a journey, makes you sit back and listen. Next up is Lost Cause by Beck.
Sorry eyes that cut through bone, that make it hard to leave you alone.
Heartbreaking song on a heartbreaking album. Beck didn't pop up a ton in this list, unfortunately. I do listen to a lot of Beck, and he was one of the first few artists I really started to do a deep dive in back in 8th grade. Also another one my dad put me on. Even though Lost Cause is as like heart-wrenching as it is, it's just so well written. It sounds so good that like I'll put it on just on like a happy day, because it's just so good. And it's got a really cool video that ties in really well. Next, had to include it. Let It Happen by Tame Impala. I feel like that part of that song right there just speaks for itself. It's an epic saga. You got to work to get to that part and listen through the stuttery bits and the initial bits. It's a great song. It's like when I think like what's a long song that takes you on like a trip, like that's one of the first songs I think of. Next is I'm God by Clams Casino. That's another TikTok song, but I didn't find it on TikTok. This is another one that I would listen to, kind of in the same era of After Dark, where it would just be After Dark, late at night, and I would just listen to it on a loop and try to discern who I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do, and all that fun existential. Amazing track. Next up is You Are My High by Demon, or I think because he's French, you're supposed to say Demon. Quintessential French house. I don't even know a lot to say about it. I found it in a French house DJ mix actually, and I was like, how have I never heard this before in my life? Uplifting, catchy French house track that I think deserves more recognition and should be something that you can put on at like any dance floor. Everyone's like, oh, You Are My High, I love this song. Great track. And next up is Since I Left You by the Avalanches. The opener and title track to what's become one of my favorite albums of all time, Since I Left You by the Avalanches. It astounds me still, even just talking about it, that this song was born out of sampling a bunch of other records and putting it all. This sounds like original work, aside from some little vocal parts, but it's so beautiful, and I love how many different meanings this song can have. Like I used to think, to me, it sounded like someone singing about like how nice it's been since they like left their partner and they're single again. But now, especially after seeing the music video, I think it's about someone that's like died and passed on singing to you and being like, since I left you, like I'm okay. I found the world so new. Everything's so beautiful. Especially because the music video, which has also music videos made me cry several times. I can't even. It's like a auto response, but it's a really gorgeous song, and I feel like there's even more meanings I haven't really discovered yet. The next up is Something About Us by Daft Punk. Definitely one of the best songs in Discovery. My favorite Daft Punk album. A lot of people's favorite Daft Punk album, for good reason. There's so many legendary songs on there. Something About Us. The bass line sounds, it almost sounds like a human voice, like the way they like modulate it. Like it sounds like a robot speaking in bass line. I don't know, which totally ties in with Daft Punk's whole mystique. Next is the Deadmau5 remix of I'm Not Alone by Calvin Harris. I listened to this so much in 8th grade when Deadmau5 was all I'd listen to. I'm Not Alone on its own is a pretty legendary song by Calvin Harris, which I didn't go on to listen to until much later. But this remix by Deadmau5 is like a cure-all for me. I don't know, it's made every day better in 8th grade when I was going through middle school stuff. Amazing song. Next is Flight of the Navigator by Childish Gambino.
Who would thought this? We almost lost it. When you're not inside the darkness, it's hard to see.
It's the first song I heard by Childish Gambino. Funny enough, because I don't think it's super representative of most of his music, but I heard it on an Instagram video that a friend posted, and I was like, that's a pretty good song, and I went and checked it out. I was like, I want to hear more like this, and I didn't, but I heard the rest of Because of the Internet, that album that song's on. That kind of changed music for me forever. Found so many more artists because of Childish Gambino because of that song. It's still a beautiful song. I grew out of a lot of high school music and Childish Gambino kind of to an extent, even though I saw him live a couple years ago and it held up and it was sick. I don't listen to as much as I used to. He used to be like my #1 artist. Fly the Navigator is still just as beautiful as it was then. Next, Veritas Quo by Daft Punk. Incredible journey floating through space from Daft Punk. Only a few songs down from Something About Us off the same album. I kind of just barely edged out Something About Us as my favorite Daft Punk track, but it is that good. It's got this driving boom, boom, but like this church woodwind synth thing going on, and like the synths in the background. It's peak Daft. Next is Love You to Death by Typo Negative.
Now close those eyes and let me love you to death. Shout proof, I'll be what I'm saying.
I was pretty surprised to see this end up as high up in this list as it did, but the song is that good, and I like a lot more Typo Negative. It's not like a one-hit wonder for me. This song is it's so raw. For those who aren't familiar, Typo Negative is a band my dad showed me, but it's kind of like a vampire goth metal band, but their whole thing is it's kind of like an act. Like they're kind of just normal dudes. Like they're pretty funny, like especially if you listen to like the first track in this album. They do like little skits and stuff. Like they're not really like dark, brooding, edgy guys. So you kind of like take all their songs with a grain of salt. But this song sounds so real from Peter Steele. Like I think he really does love whoever he's singing about to death. And it makes it way easier to immerse yourself and attach yourself to this song. And I have gotten emotional listening to it, especially towards the end when he starts asking, hey, am I good enough for you? I think every man has felt that to some extent, especially when you meet an amazing woman and then you feel like you're kind of paling in comparison. If you're wondering if you're living up to that partnership. I'm getting a lot more TMI than I thought I would in this top 100 list, but that's what music can do to you, especially your favorite songs of all time. So well-deserved spot for Typo Negative. And now we're into the top 10. Number 10 is Angel by Massive Attack. Amazingly moody song with these hard, crisp drums and these haunting vocals and guitar work and just like kind of droning. It's definitely the coolest song on the album, which is already a really cool album, Mezzanine by Massive Attack. I've only been familiar with this song for almost a couple years now, but I kind of knew the first time I heard it that it would be like a mainstay for me for like the rest of my life. Definitely deserves a spot in the top 10. Next up at number 9 is Girl by Jamie XX. I think this list has made it clear I'm a standout for really potent bass lines. This song is just such a pretty song, and it lives up to the track name of Girl. I mean, it just sounds like a beautiful woman, and especially once you find your own beautiful woman, it becomes like their theme song, one of their theme songs. Number 8 is Shade by Dan Mason. I don't know how you could hear that song and not be like, who is this? An insane like vaporwave trip to somewhere you've never been, but in a time you feel like you lived through when you listen to that album. And that song especially, I love the tropical, beachy kind of vibe of it, but with those pitched down belting vocals. I love that song. I've showed a lot of people that song, and I don't think anyone's ever not liked it. It's such a cool track. Next at number 7, Cowboys and Angels by George Michael.
That scar on your face, that beautiful face of yours.
I have listened to this and sang along to this so many times in the shower and in the car. This is like my dream karaoke song I'll never sing probably, because I can't really live up to George Michael like that, and this is like a 7-minute song. I'm not trying to put the whole crowd to sleep, but I think this is one of George Michael's best vocal performances, and it's such a smooth, like kind of classical lounge instrumental. It's such a refined song, but then the lyrics are kind of ugly at times in like a raw way. I've listened to a pretty good amount of George Michael as I've gotten older. My dad is a super big fan, so that's another one Dad gets a point for. Cowboys and Angels, definitely my favorite song from him. Number 6, Serpent Skirt, Cocteau Twins. I had a good like month of my life, senior year of college, where I started every day and ended every day with this song. I don't even know how to describe this song. It's best listened to loud, with the guitars like enveloping you. Moody and like creepy, but also like beautiful and uplifting. I don't even have the proper know-how to describe this song. You should just listen to it. And it's on my favorite Cocteau Twins album, Milk and Kisses. It's amazing. Next up at number 5, I swear it's the last one, Entombed by Deftones, last Deftones song. That's my favorite song off my favorite album from Deftones. I think that's like 5 or 6 Deftones songs in this list now, but well deserved. I mean, they're definitely one of my favorite bands of all time. And that song especially, the notes that he's hitting on that, I don't know if that's like studio altered. I don't think he can do that live. He didn't do it live when I saw Deftones, but that song is insane how much emotion's packed into it. And it's another one where the lyrics can kind of have different meanings. Like, it sounds to me like he's singing about a kid, almost like a son or a daughter, but it could apply to like a lover, a family member, a friend. It's just like singing about this deep love and this desire to protect and cherish this person or even this thing in your life. It's a really beautiful song, and it just sounds like all the instrumentation on it is so well done, and Chino sounds amazing. Number 4, Phantom Part 2, or in French, I think you would say Deux. Phantom Part 2 by Justice. It's the Pandora, where you would type in like a artist you like and get a station of that, and you would just listen to whatever it chose for you. You didn't really get to pick. And this song would come on all the time when I was playing Battlefield 4 on my Xbox 360. And I didn't even know what I was listening to. I knew I loved that song, and I wouldn't even like stop to check. I listened to it for like weeks. I was finally like, what is this song? And then I discovered Phantom Part 2, and I started listening to Justice. And Phantom Part 2, hearing it live this past year when I saw them, like solidified, like it's my favorite track by them and one of my favorite songs ever made. Those like, I think they're like strings, but they're like synthesized strings over that crazy industrial electro beat. It's an amazing song. And then Phantom Part 1 is a very good song. It's not as good. I feel like Phantom Part 1 kind of works to set you up for the euphoria of Phantom Part 2. Number 4 is a good spot for that song. Next, number 3, we're in the top 3, I Remember by Deadmau5 and Cascade. It's a very popular song in that progressive house space. It's one of the most popular songs ever made in that genre, and it deserves all the hype. I have this like nasty feeling when I pick like one of an artist's biggest songs as like my favorite by them, because it just feels like I'm not speaking to how knowledgeable I am of that artist. But I mean, I Remember is undeniable. It's so beautiful. I mean, it like the song is called, it makes you remember. I feel like when it comes on, you're just like thinking back to all the best times of your life and all the best times that are to come. It's on my favorite Deadmau5 album as well. Random album title. Top 3 for sure. Number 2, getting into the really good stuff here. I mean, we've been into the good stuff, but number 2 is that's second place. Number 2, On Melancholy Hill by Gorillaz. this song is very special to me. Gorillaz is another of my favorite bands of all time. They didn't really get a lot of representation on this list. I think it was just kind of hard to boil down like other favorite Gorillaz songs. But best believe I've listened to everything and am a appreciator of pretty much Gorillaz' entire discography. But On Melancholy Hill had to be at least in the top 5 and damn near made it to number 1. This is a song I've spoken a few times now about, like 8th grade, and middle school is just a rough time for a lot of people. Definitely for me. Everything past 8th grade, I feel like I really found who I was, really became the person I am now. But I was just in much more low confidence times, and I remember Mom would drop me off at school early, and I felt like no one really liked me, so I would kind of hide out in the bathroom until classes actually started. I would just sit in a stall and look at myself and be mad that I'm covered in acne and I had dry skin, and I don't know. It was a whole thing and not really meant to be shared on a top 100 songs list, but I think it puts you in the context why I like this song so much. But I would go through all that and then finally just exist and try to make it to second period, our computer class where we're allowed to listen to music. And I would pull up Spotify web browser in the computer lab, and I would just put on this song On Melancholy Hill, and it was like my friend. It was like my comfort song. And that's why when I finally heard it live, when I saw Gorillaz in Orlando, I didn't even think it was going to happen. I started singing along to it, and suddenly I was bawling. I was hoping nobody would look at me and see me having a moment. And no one really did. I kind of felt like I was in my own little bubble on the floor there at the concert, listening to that song and singing along live. And even for like a few months after, if I try to like think back to that moment, I get a little emotional. So it's a really powerful song, and it's so beautiful, and it definitely lives up to the name of Melancholy, where it kind of puts you in a good mood, and it also kind of makes you feel sad. And it's got one of the best music videos ever made, which a lot of Gorillaz music videos are. And I used to watch that video on loop a lot. I found the band members, the virtual band members, kind of like, they were also like my friends at the time. Made me happy and kind of comforted me. So I love that song. Good spot for number 2. And number 1, my favorite song of all time. Honestly, when someone asks me, like, what's your favorite song ever made, it's hard to answer. I feel like it kind of changes. But one I'm very likely to answer with almost all the time is Send the Pain On by Chrome Sparks. Just beauty, majesty, sublime, incredible song that if there's one song you listen to off of this list, let it be that one. I mean, no shit, it's number 1, but such an incredible song. It's got these cool vocal samples towards the beginning and throughout, and that part I just played is like the centerpiece when the song explodes into like fireworks. And it's got one of the most beautiful music videos ever made. It matches the song so well. Highly recommend. I wish I had more smart things to say about it, but all I can really speak to is just how beautiful it is to listen to every time. And this is one a lot of these top songs, I say, if it comes on a shuffle, I'm not going to skip it. I want to listen to it. This one, I actually make a conscious effort to not listen to too much, so I can't like dilute how powerful it is. Like I try to kind of save it for some special moments, just so I can really fully give it my attention and listen to it. So that's my top 100 songs. Hopefully I edit this down enough so I'm not rambling too much. This is probably going to end up long as hell anyways. I hope you found some songs you like, or maybe you could be inspired to share your thoughts on music you like. I kind of want to hopefully do more of this, even though this took a while to make. So maybe not 100. Maybe next time we do like top 10 dance songs or something. I don't know, but it's kind of difficult for me. Like, it can be tricky to talk about music I like without just saying the same thing on repeat, which I feel like I've done this time. So hopefully I get better at it, and I start to get a better handle on why I like music I like so much. And maybe a long time from now I can do another list like this and see what's changed and what's remained. So if somehow you actually watched all this thanks. Appreciate it. And yeah, top 100 songs. We did it. We did it. Go us. Good job. Thanks.